Oh, shoot, I just realized it was still recording. Hello, lads, and lassies. It's been recording for the past 3 minutes, and that was all cut because I'm on Funimation right now, and I thought I was going to be watching 2 episodes today, but at the time of recording, it's 11:38, so who knows, maybe by the time I finish this episode, the new episode will be out, officially released in dub, episode 7. But I was completely expecting to do a double episode today, because I am late. I am very sorry, full-length Patreon lads. I'm gonna get this out as soon as I can, probably over the weekend. But I was fully expecting to do a 2-in-1 episode, but maybe I won't do that if episode 7 releases. If episode 7 releases like over the weekend, I'm gonna try and do that too, because I'll explain that. You know, I'll explain it in a little bit. But Dr. Stone, Perseus, the ship has been built. We are going on an adventure, and we're going to the island that started it all. We have most, if not all, of the main characters. I think other than Rui, we have everyone on that ship. Everyone of importance, anyway. So honestly, I just really want to get into this next episode. Get excited, lads. Let's get this ship on the road. Or shall I say, the sea. The ship looks pretty good for CG. Can't imagine having to draw that shot.
How many millions of liters of revival fluid do you think that'll take?
And how would we get any? The miracle cave was our only source, and it's a pile of rubble.
Well, we just need to find more bat poop, and then... Alright, so you're gonna make your own then, huh?
Our target is something that'll give us an unlimited supply of revival fluid.
A lot of bat poop.
We're gonna find it on the Treasure Island, where the 100 Tales began.
Oh, they're calling it Treasure Island?
Namely, in a treasure box.
Alright, I wonder what this box is. What did they leave behind that could survive the next 3,000 years? Oh. More Byakuya! More Byakuya! Be still my heart. It's best boy!
Along with these other precious rocks.
A time capsule.
Your diamond ring will take a long nap in our treasure box.
What's this? A seashell. Grind it up and you can use it for all kinds of amazing things.
They'll wait for the right time.
He taught them the same thing that Senku taught everyone else.
It's about time.
Man.
Tell me the stories that have endured for 3,000
Maybe tear up.
years. I want to hear all
I'm weak for this man.
I don't think they took a break, so I wonder how far along they are. Probably nearing the end. Sounds like a story about
And that's the end of Tale 2.
It's amazing to think how these tales helped the village survive. And it wouldn't have happened without Senku's father. Talk about a legacy.
Hang on. I need
The
a break.
next of the 100 tales is number 8.
We're still on single digits!
How long are these?
If I was prepared.
We'll want a story about minerals too. Someone might come along who takes an interest in rocks and
Chrome.
can do so much with them.
Chrome.
Around.
Kohaku, or amber. A translucent gem that glimmers with the color of the sun.
Huh, so Kohaku means amber.
Gold, a sand that
Huh.
also blossoms like the sun.
I did not know
All
that.
within the treasure box. Also within the box.
So, dang. Okay. Man, Byakuya is so...
What about platinum?
He's thought so far ahead.
Yep, platinum. And we just need a tiny piece of it. It's
I
a
love seeing like
catalyst.
Chrome
Make
there,
compounds
like
of nitric
making...
acid. With
Like,
that,
just like...
we'll make
Sailing
a
it,
machine that can
like
pump out
sailing such a
endless
like, complex
supply of
machine. I
revival.
love seeing that Chrome
with
is
just one
one of the
piece,
people
really?
like heading
You were
it.
kidding when you said this was God tier.
There's this thing called Dunbar's number to consider. The long and short of it is, the maximum number of people the human brain can remember is 150. As I once told Senku, it'd be Ely Ray Adbay if we had more than that. We'd fall apart.
That's some pragmatic thinking, I have to admit.
Yeah.
That's our mentalist.
Your
The less
brain
numbers
is
you have, the
appreciated,
more
though it doesn't change the facts, unfortunately.
everyone's kind of friendly.
The populace would disagree on who was the right pick. Our kingdom would crumble as differing factions formed a fight.
As we
and
do.
Basically beat Tsukasa versus Hyoga all over again.
Platinum. Also called Haki no Shirogane.
Shirogane!
Sand that
Shinomiya. Shinomiya! The moon!
sleeping within the treasure box.
Built to withstand the heat of re-entering Earth's atmosphere. It might as well be the toughest
It's the
treasure box in
it's the
existence.
box. Oh my! They were actually just after
Follow
the
you, that
thing.
means
The escape pod.
Soyuz spaceship.
That's a lot of platinum.
So another one.
Just have to see it for ourselves.
This is awesome! Treasure hunting on a treasure island? I
I'm
am
sensing
so
a
in.
traitor.
He says he overheard us before and has some valuable information he'd like to share.
He's in the intro.
Wait, who are you? Seriously, I can't remember your name at all.
Of course you can't remember it. He doesn't have a name.
Is I'm not from Ishigami Village.
Wait,
Ooh.
what does that mean? Where'd you come from?
She adopted me and claimed I was her own.
Oh, okay, so we're getting into it.
My real name would have been out of place. My name is actually Soyuz.
Wait, as in the Soyuz? The spaceship treasure box that's the whole reason we're headed to this island?
Other culture, not
And
culture,
maybe
but
I
maybe
can
they
take you there.
branched out.
I don't know whether it's good or bad, but I do know this new information.
So
you've
people
given us
probably
is
just
10 billion
branched
percent
out.
the truth.
Like they branched out
Treasure
then.
Island isn't deserted.
If there are people on this island, then where the heck did they come from? Wasn't every person turned into a stone statue?
Come on, Chrome. He was the last one of the original crew.
And their descendants.
Those who stayed gave birth to the current group on the island. On my
I
own.
wonder
We can only
how
hope
their
they're friendly and not
culture
aggressive.
If
is.
they're anything but welcoming, our mentalist will handle it.
Is it possible Y-Man is from this island?
I don't think
Makes
they would be
sense,
technologically
considering the overall
advanced.
scarcity of humans out there.
Why did you keep such important information from us for all this time? I'm sorry. We're grateful that you confessed it all.
Poor guy's having like a crisis right now.
Could they have sent that signal though? If they had access to that kind of tech, they wouldn't have stayed in such an isolated place.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd want to see what exists beyond the horizon. They'd want to see every part of the world.
He's so
learn everything
cool.
about it.
Oh, has he
Set
tried to go out?
sea with only hazy memories to guide me. But storms.
Dude, you were a baby. What do you mean? What do you mean hazy
Even if I
memory?
found out,
What is your
What's
memory?
the point? It won't mean anything now.
Yeah, that
Soyuz.
thirst for knowledge is powerful. It's the driving force behind science.
I guess you've always been a member of the Kingdom of Science.
New character unlocked.
How many more days do we think it'll be until we get there?
Should only take us a few more hours.
Damn!
I kind of like to see how it's all put together. Yurika. Show too much interest in their little pet project, and the boys will jump at the chance.
It's too late. They already heard.
Don't want to hear it.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but overhear. Did you express interest in a boat tour?
Go ahead, Kasuki. Kasuki, lead it.
There's so much science stuffed in here, it's gonna blow your mind.
Now you're their captive audience until they're done. That's no problem.
Good girl.
5-hour rocket lecture Senku sprung on us.
Ah.
The power of a tried true veteran!
No, I want to see Kasuki. I want to see Kasuki. Get out of here. I like you, but get out of here. I want to see Kasuki be passionate about it.
So steep.
Seafaring pro tip.
Ah, so that's where they are.
So many curved pieces to the ship.
Woohoo! We love
Woohoo! Yahoo!
But if the wood on this boat were as stiff as you,
This is the perfect spot for fishing. All the ship windows
I love this tour.
for a person to fit through.
Everyone's seasick, eh?
Seasick. I think I'm gonna throw.
You're not making the people of the water look very good here, Dino.
You would think that the villagers would be okay, but I guess this is the first
Guess I
time for
forgot
something
to whip up a
this big.
seasickness cure in advance.
Oh, so is that some kind of medicine-making flower?
Nope, it's as poisonous as it gets.
Of course. That's how all medicine is, isn't it?
Separate the water-soluble components from the oil-soluble.
Like a person wronged, the sea can be fickle. The weather can change at the drop of a hat.
Bars. Bars.
Ryusui, is something wrong?
His spider sense is tingling.
This storm's bad news, huh?
I see you've made a green tea latte with goat milk, Francois. Nice presentation.
Never mind.
Calm!
This is a big opportunity. Since we
What
don't know
are
if the
you
island's
going
inhabitants
to
are friends or
do?
foes, we'll use this storm to sneak up on them. And if all goes well, we can do a little spying with our new eyes of science.
I don't know if you want to sneak up, because like I guess that could work out for your advantage, but like it could also scare them too. Dude, what is your memory? And let me guess, end of episode, right? Like any second now.
Finally about to see it, Byakuya. That's reason enough to get excited.
I am excited, and I don't have a new episode. Maybe. Let's check. It's 12:02 right now. If I refresh Funimation, then hit that copium. All right. I think the dub got delayed. I think that's what happened. I just looked it up, and I think I'm seeing stuff that's saying it's coming out June 4th? But if it got delayed, then it shouldn't have been delayed that much. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll keep an eye out for it. The reason why I wanted to do like a 2-in-1 today is because time of recording, week after next, I'm going on vacation, so I didn't want to have like a stacked pile of Dr. Stone episodes that I'd be holding back. I wanted to like watch as much of it as I can, and then when I come back from vacation, watch the next batch. But you know, I can't really do anything about the release schedule of the dubs. I'll keep my eye out for it, and if it comes out before the next, I hope this doesn't like change the release schedule of like, you know, I hope it's like comes out June 4th, and then like the next dub comes out the day it's supposed to. But we'll see. If they change the dub schedule, that's fine. I'll just have to change my recording schedule a little bit. I feel like it's because I've been watching a lot more seasonal animes, and there's nothing wrong with seasonal animes. There's some like really good shows out there, but it's been a long time since I've had the feeling of crying when watching anything really. Seeing Byakuya, man, seeing Byakuya melts my heart. He barely did anything. It's just him teaching, or like the idea of him having taught the kids on Treasure Island the seashell thing, which is the same thing that Senku taught everyone else. Like seashells, you can do so much stuff with them. And there's something about his voice, his character, the tragedy that Senku will never see him again, and I guess all the memories and build-up we've had from season 1. I was ready to tear up, and like he didn't do anything. He just kind of stood there and said like, yeah, we're making this treasure box for people in the future. I'm like, okay, my heart. Damn you, Dr. Stone. Melted my poor heart. I can't take this. Man, I think the only times I've almost cried in Dr. Stone all have to do with Byakuya. There's the episode where Senku found out he was officially dead, and like there's like the thing where Senku was looking at his grave, and behind him Byakuya was smiling and walking the other direction. There was the finale of season 1 where Lillian and was singing the whole thing, and Byakuya like left a speech, I think. And there's this episode. Byakuya's the GOAT. I just read that. Byakuya is the GOAT. Best DILF, best boy, best character. I love him. I love every character in this show. I'll make it the tier list. I know I said I'll make a tier list for Dr. Stone when I finish season 2, but then season 3 started like almost immediately. So when this season ends, I'll make that tier list, and it's gonna be like S++, S+, S minus, A. That's gonna be the tiers for Dr. Stone characters, but we'll have to wait and see who's on that, who makes the list, who we'll be talking about, and all that. We found out what the people in the intro are. They are from Treasure Island, which it's a twist I should have seen coming. I was wondering who or what they were from, and I don't know why I assumed this in the first place, but I just always assumed that everyone from Treasure Island made the pilgrimage to Japan. That's what I thought. I guess we didn't have any information to say otherwise, but I should have seen it coming, because that's such an obvious answer as to like who those people are. It makes so much sense. And I really want to know like how different they are from the people on Japan. What was it? Ishigami Village. I really want to know how different they are, because they might worship the giant tree that's built itself on the escape pod, the spaceship. They might worship that, or they might see it as something that they can't part with, and the fact that Senku needs it to revive everyone. They have no idea of what's going on. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how they interact with each other, especially like I want to see like how they interact with the people from Ishigami Village too, because Ishigami Village is in the same boat as them, but now they're super advanced because of Senku. So what's it gonna be like to kind of see like a reflection of themselves? It's gonna be a really cool interaction. I wish I had another episode. I forgot what the thing was called. I just wrote down too many people. I forgot what the concept was called. But I've heard that concept before. Like you can only recognize 150 people at a time. I wonder where I'm at right now. How many people do I know that I can recognize in place? I don't think it's over 150. But does that count for does that count for like YouTubers? Because I have my friend group, right? And I have a lot of people from high school and middle school that I can recognize their faces. I can put the name to their faces, and I can, and I don't think that number's over 100, but the amount of YouTubers that I know, not like know personally, just like I know their names, I know their faces. If you say their name, I can picture their face and all that. I think it's over 150. So, like, has that concept changed due to modern times? And, like, how... It's interesting to think. Because there's a thing, like, you create parasocial relationships with YouTubers. Like, for example, I watch a lot of Trash Taste, the anime podcast that doesn't talk about anime. I know so much about Connor, Garnt, and Joey. They know nothing about me. So you can create a parasocial relationship in that way. So I wonder if, like, the fact that you can find so much more information about people out there in the real world, but never, like, actually interact with them, has that changed the idea of the concept of only being able to recognize 150 faces? Granted, I don't know if I recognize 150... I don't know if I recognize over 150 faces, because I would need to make a list of faces that I recognize. That sounds like too much work. So it's a very real concept. I know that. And in like the Dr. Stone world, especially like the people of Ishigami Village, they don't have. This is like what I'm saying doesn't apply to them because they don't know what YouTube is. They don't know what the internet is or anything like that. So for them, it's not applied. But I guess for like the people that were revived, it kind of does, but kind of doesn't. Well, it depends like how much the influencer space they were in. But it was really smart of Gen to bring that point up of like, hey, we can't revive too many people because 150 people is like the comfort zone. Like everyone knows each other. Everyone knows each other. You can get along with each other, and all that. If you make any more, people be people. They're gonna fight. They're gonna be, I want to be leader, or like my ideas are better, or this and this and this and this. There's no more peace in the sense of like a family or like a community. It can start drifting and breaking apart. And like we weren't even over 150 people, and we had Hyoga and the girl. I forgot her name. Was her no? Shit. Yeah, the spearman was Hyoga. I forgot the girl's name. Like we weren't even over 150 people, and we already had like that rebellion, or like the Tsukasa Empire was already breaking apart, and it was just a little over 100, which is what what's his name? The police officer Yo's that they were a little over 100. And it was already breaking apart. So it was really smart not to revive any more people like that, unless like they needed Byakuyu. They needed Oh, what was they needed Francois. Francois was a must. They were a necessity to survive the new world. Always need a butler. I'm glad that they brought it up, because if any more people, and you run a gigantic risk of rebellions or like my ideas are better, coup d'etats, and all that. So it's good to keep at the time the numbers low, because there's gonna be people that think that they know better, and sorry, nobody knows better than Senku. Like, Senku might not be like the best leader per se, like political leader or king or anything, but Senku literally knows everything other than leading. I got so excited when they brought up that Shirogane means platinum, simply because Senku's voice actor is Shirogane from Kaguya-sama Lover's War Shinomiya. And I should have said Kaguya. I should have said Kaguya Shinomiya, because they said the moon right after. It would have been perfect. I did say Shinomiya, but Shinomiya doesn't mean moon, or it has, not that it means moon. It doesn't have any. I don't think Shinomiya has any like relation to the moon. Whereas like you have the story of Princess Kaguya, and her whole thing of being on the moon. So I should have said Kaguya Shinomiya, but it's not the quote. That's not the quote. Then I talked about the outsider. Soyuz, buddy, I'm excited for you. You're getting some screen time. You better be prepared to eat up as much as it as you can, because there is a lot of characters on this ship. We're going to meet a lot more characters in the on the Treasure Island. You better eat up that screen time as much as you can. But I do like him. I liked him, like, for what we've seen of him. I liked him a lot. It was a very good introduction to his character, and I don't know if we're going to get more. I don't know if he's going to be a character per se, or if he's going to be like the guy that was here to give us this information. I do hope we get to see more of him, because I got a comment. Oh shoot! I guess here's the proof. But you see the difference here. I don't have a face to put to the name, so I can't just pull it up out of my random access memory. I can't just pull it out of my my memory. Give me a second. I'm loading up Patreon and it's taking forever. I know what episode this one. Oh wait, no, this is the full length. It was the early access. Anne Leaf Door. Dang, I was gonna say Ashley. It's I don't have a face to put it to, so the theory stands correct. The theory stands corrected. But like in the last episode, I was talking about like the giant cast and how I wish some characters from the past got more screen time now. But Anne was saying that the cast only grows bigger from now on, the closer they get to rebuilding society and reviving the world. So some of the characters you want to see more of inevitably end up being more in the background, which is completely fine. But man, it does kind of suck that maybe like Taiju probably doesn't get too much more to Taiju and Yuzuriha probably don't get too much more to do. And then this new guy, Soyuz, he might get some screen time now, and then maybe later not so much more. And since we're talking about comments right now, I wanted to bring up this one from... He posted it like, at the time of recording yesterday, and this is from like Dr. Stone, like, I think it was like 2x8 and 9. This is when we found out Senku was revived because of he was revived simply just because of the nitric acid, or not the it was the bat poop. Senku and Taiju actually were revived that way. They didn't have the special formula, and at the time I was asking questions like, why specifically these two? Why were they revived in that way? Why were they exceptions? And so Dawning says on YouTube, to clarify one thing, and it also confused him. So there's two ways to be revived. You can remain conscious for thousands of years and then run into the nitric acid, aka the bat poop. This is how Senku and Taiju broke out. And 2, if you lose consciousness during the time you needed the revival fluid to break out, which is the nitric acid plus the alcohol. Senku got extremely lucky running into the nitric acid, but it wouldn't have done anything if he didn't have the will to keep conscious. That clarifies so much. Because at the time I was like, why is it different for Senku and Taiju? Like, with Taiju, he was like, Senku was like extremely lucky because he was still conscious, and like nature moved him to awaken. Like nature, it was just a complete accident, a stroke of luck. He used up all of his luck for that moment, and then he found Taiju, put him in the bat poop, and since Taiju was conscious, I think he was thinking of Yuzuriha. He was thinking of something. I'm pretty sure it was Yuzuriha. Like he was going to save her. Since he stayed conscious that way, he was able to break out. But if Taiju wasn't conscious, then the bat poop would then squat. And then they made the revival fluid for everyone that's not conscious or is thinking of something. I wonder if Francois would have worked with the bat poop. Like, Francois broke out in an instant, knew exactly what was happening, left. Like, there was no downtime. So those are the comments I wanted to talk about. I love the tour of the boat. It was very adorable. I love it when the show like stylizes things. Like the Minecraft thing, I hope we bring that back. I think that was only in episode 1 of season 3. I hope we bring that back because I thought that was adorable. And then like the tour of the boat, that was a lot of fun, and it was like very creative doing it in that way. Like the 2D flat, you see like the inside of the boat. I wish Kosuke was the one doing it though. I love Ryuzui. I love him, but I love Kosuke more, and I want to see that man passionate. And then the last thing I wrote down is that everyone's name correlates to a rock, which Kohaku means amber, if I remember correctly. So, and then like they have other names, like Chrome, obviously, Magma. It's not a rock, but like kind of has like properties and stuff. Like I didn't realize that everyone's name had like something to do with the rock. And some of these names are in Japanese too, so like of course I wouldn't know that. Senku's dad, big brain, not even blood related, big brain. They got each other. They got each other's brains, but it's not even passed down genetically. He thought about everything, and the 100 Tales. I think it would be a lot of fun. I mean, like, obviously, I don't think the author has actually written down the 100 Tales, or if the author even knows what all 100 of them are. Because, like, at this point, you can kind of, like, just pull them out of anything. Like, oh, yes, this was a 100 Tale. And they were at it all night, and they only got to number 8. I think it would be hilarious if we got, like, a book titled Dr. Stone and the 100 Tales. And like entitled all the tales at the end of the series. I think that would be a fun little thing to do, but I don't know. I don't know if the author wants to do that or not. But yeah, Byakuya, so smart, such a smart guy. What a lad, what a fellow. He's like he made the treasure box. He like put all of these hidden messages within the tales. Like, yes, this diamond. This is what a diamond is. It's also in the treasure box. Platinum is in the treasure box. This, like, he would explain something, but that wasn't in the treasure box. And then, like, he would explain something else. This is in the treasure box. Like, he was so smart with how he did things. Like, and all of this was for Senku because he genuinely believed that Senku would be one of the first people to wake up. So he left all of this for him. There's a reason why I love Byakuya so much. And the fact that they're not even blood related, it's like. It's just that like unconditional parental love. But I also like that it's not like blood, like what happened? Dating someone, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure he took Senku in. And like he just gave him this unconditional love. And he is Senku's dad. But it's not like a thing of like, oh yeah, I'm Senku's dad. Like, he chose to be his dad. And that makes it so much more powerful, in my opinion. I love it so much. I love Byakuya. If you love Byakuya, subscribe. Lads, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, comment down below. If you're on the Patreon, I will try and get episode 7 up as fast as possible, whenever that releases. And if you're not on the Patreon, you're watching this on YouTube a few weeks later. Man, I so love this show. Every episode is just a joy to watch. So thank you all very much for checking this video out. Notification bell and all that. Leave your comments down below, and I might read them out in the episode or in the discussion. And I'll see you all, lads, in the next one. Bye-bye.